This vampire keeps walking out the door the same time as you, but gaslights and act like they don't have a clue. People need energy, and when you're a high vibrational being, they need your energy. People are wondering why you're happy, why you're able to be positive, why you're able to focus your energy on something worthwhile. It's because you have a purpose. You're driven by the creative forces within you. You're driven by the force of the Creator. You want the best for yourself and everybody else, okay? But you have people that are working in organized groups, and this is nothing new. You have people working in organized groups to try to bring about the mental instability of others, and they position themselves and they put themselves in certain situations to try to get you in a predicament. And the reason why I added gaslighting in the title is because they're well aware of what they're doing, but they're acting like they're not doing anything at all. You'll have places that are dirty, places that are, and sometimes, this will work to your advantage if you're able to withstand the pressure, and I know you are, because you're a chosen vessel, all right, and we were built for this, all right, who else but us, who else but us, all right. You'll have things that won't get done until you come around. Things will be undone, unkept, uncut, unworked on, unblown, and then as soon as you come around, as soon as you get near them, people they won't have the initiative, they won't have the energy, they won't be able to find a purpose, a reason why, the reasons. I was about to say, let me stunt on my subscribers real quick. I'm a stunt with these vocals. The reasons that they stalk. All right, the reasons that they're stalking you. All right. Some people are stuck in pity. They're stuck in despair. All right. Some people, some people want to be healed. All right. Some people want to be healed. But they better go back and read about the lady with the issue of blood or something. I could understand if they were doing it for a good purpose, like, hey, there's something that that I would like to know for myself. But nah, they're doing it just to be weird. All right. This person keeps walking out of their door the same time as you, and it's all types of demons out here. You got demons you have people who have demons on them. You have people who have turned into demons because they're not doing anything with their life, and they see you trying to do something, and now it's their time to shine. Some people only get satisfaction out of interrupting or trying to belittle or trying to destroy what you got going on, because they don't have anything going on for themselves. And that's just that's the age-old story. That's an age-old story. I see you have, I don't have, I'm hateful, or I'm going to access this hatred that I've developed for you. And these people are crazy as hell, because to act like somebody doesn't exist, but to act like somebody doesn't exist, but for them to be the only reason you damn near exist, is crazy. We're the reason that they pretty much exist. They don't exist for really any other reason except to be spawns of Satan. And that's to me, that's the only thing I could come up with why they're even here. I look at it as I grow and as I learn more and just begin to accept things for what they are, I just I view it as polarity. You know, there's no all good and there's no all bad, but it's like there's polarity. If there's good, there will have to be some type of opposition. All right, it's not just going to be that comfortable or that easy for us to move how we need to move. All right, the devil is a roaring lion. He roams the earth to see whom he may destroy. All right, the devil's always looking for somebody to destroy, and he's going to possess these low life, low vibrational people who allow themselves to be infected with demonic energy to be used. All right, so if somebody's going to allow themselves to be used by him, then this is the type of behavior that you can expect. All right, so if you have people who are doing this to you or doing anything like that, again, you are not crazy. They want you to think you're crazy, and they are trying to change the narrative of you because you've probably changed the narrative of them. All right, people who do this, you probably made them look bad somehow, some way. You see something on them, or you notice something about them, or came to a realization that they weren't what they said they were, or they weren't ish, or they're not what they're supposed to be doing. And you just being there, or your dissatisfaction with a situation sheds light on that. And now, the light's on them. So because you put them on the hot seat, and now this person has to take responsibility for the life that they've created, or their own actions, or what they chose to do. Now they're going to have to face the consequences, and a lot of times because of that, people will have reasons to stalk you, and revenge is one of them. Stalking by revenge. If you're at your job, or if you're in a situation where you're up close and personal with people, and they choose to behave like this, and they know you, it's probably some reason behind it. Not just that they're being paid off by some organization, even though they are most likely in some type of Masonic group, or some type of quote-unquote group of elitists who give them some type of information, like they're part of some narcissistic hive-minded group, to where they get the skills, they get the know-how, they get the lowdown, they get this game on how to be evil and how to be destructive and how to try to bring other people down and try to bring negativity into other people's lives. All right, but this could be your boss, this could be a coworker, this could be someone that you live with, this could be a neighbor, this could be a family member. All right, people do these types of activities for all types of reasons. Maybe somebody was the head honcho, and ever since you came around, you showed them up. All right, they were the biggest thing, they were the best thing smoking, they were the coolest thing since pants with pockets and sliced bread. But now you came along, and people don't look at them like that anymore. And maybe it's not something that you're doing purposefully, but this is just a way that they feel, because they feel that they're supposed to get all the attention, or they feel that they're supposed to get all the accolades, or they feel that everybody's focus is supposed to be on them. It's not the case. Chosen ones cannot stand people who feel that everything has to be about them, or the whole entire focus is on them. They'll try to gaslight you and make you think that it's you, and make you think that it's even okay to be self-centered. All right, due to some of the abuse and to some of the trauma that you may have faced, you may become self-centered. You may not take interest in other people that much. All right, people may have to break down the wall of Jericho to get to know you. If they're a real person, and if they want to be a part of your life, so be it. Don't make it difficult, or don't be stubborn or petty. Don't make it hard for people to try to get to know you. But if you want people around you, peep their energy, peep what they do, and if you don't, then exclude yourself from their company, come out from amongst them. All right, as the good book says. But people like this, they have a vendetta against you. All right, this is more than likely some type of narcissist conducting some type of revenge stalking. All right, they're probably trying to develop some type of cult against you. People that aren't taking interest in you. They'll point out things to people and reasons why they shouldn't like you. they got this going on for them. You don't have that going on for them. You see them, they trying to do all this, and they making you look bad, or they, like, the devil's always talking. The devil's always trying to plant a seed of doubt or negativity, or, you know, of evil in somebody else's ear, so that way they'll form an opinion on you. Slander, all right? It's not called slandering for no reason, all right? And they put that extra hiss on it because they're a snake, all right? So when you have snakes that are slithering and moving around you and rattling, all right, and crawling on their belly, eating the dust, you know, trying to kick up dust, but guess what? The serpent doesn't have any legs anymore. So don't let the serpent come into your life and kick up any dust. Let that serpent crawl on his belly and eat the dust that you leave in a trail behind you. Or instead of allowing that snake to come for you, allow them to come for a trail of dust. All right, that you done kicked up, not from you know, retaliating, but from ignoring them, fighting that inner toxic negative spirit within you. All right, people will do the utmost and act like they're not doing anything. You have clowns out here, literal clowns. They have Nephilim DNA, all right? They have clown DNA, and that's why they act like some damn clowns. Because that's you know, they don't have loyalty. They don't have royalty in their DNA. They got Nephilim blood. And that's why it seems like they're trying to seek you out and devour you and eat your flesh. It's like, yo, why do they keep coming after me? Why do they keep coming for me? A lot of these individuals are possessed, all right? They've taken on so much low vibrational negative energy that these interdimensional demonic beings that travel from the spirit world to the earth plane, they use them as the vessel. That's why my channel is called Chosen Vessels. You allow God to use you. They allow themselves to be used by the devil. All right, and they know it. They have to know that they're not being used by anything good, because people know when they're not doing anything good to people. And they know that their behavior is no good. They know that behavior is trash, and they know that they're trash. But this person wants to try to leave you irate, leave you mad, leave you upset. And what they want you to do is they want you to ruminate. Ruminating is going over the same thing in your head over and over again. They want you to be, you know, cursing them out, wishing bad on them. They basically want to cut you off from love. All right. They see you as a loving person. And this is why gang stalkers, this is why this program and this simulation and the way it's ran, this is why they target people of love. Because if you're of love, 9 times out of 10, that love is probably coming from God himself. All right, your love is coming from a holy place. Your love is not coming from a materialistic point of view. It's not coming from the earth. You're not of the world. Your love is coming from, you know, a higher power, your higher self. Your love comes from the Most High. So the devil has to use his agents to try to poke, prick, and prod you. You know they have to poke the bear, right? I used to say that, but now that I've turned into a bear, I literally find myself saying that. I'm like, yo, they're trying to poke the bear. Because before, you know, when you're first coming into this thing and, you know, you don't know what's what, they're trying to intimidate you. All right. So you don't know why people are behaving like this. You don't know why they're doing the things that they're doing, and it could potentially intimidate you. It could potentially cause fear in you. And you don't need any fear. You're not supposed to have fear, right? So when you start living freely and not living with fear, you'll start to not have fear. You have to live without fear to not have it. And you have to work on fear if you have it, so that way you won't be afraid, because God says fear not. You're not supposed to be afraid of anything or anyone. Saw a video the other day. It said it doesn't matter even if the devil's coming at you, you rush the devil. All right, don't just sit there and just let anything happen to you. Only if something is about to happen to you. All right, but that's a whole nother topic, because we know that these individuals aren't on anything. What's the point of rushing someone if you're not even going to do anything? As soon as you walk out your door, there they are. And if you're in an apartment complex, or, if your home is somewhat close to maybe your neighbor, or maybe across the street, and the houses aren't, too far apart, if there's not a lot of room for you to breathe, or for you to be able to find a space to relax away from these people, then it becomes psychological warfare, because they're planning and plotting the times that they do this to try to cause a reaction out of you. And they're trying to get you to look like a bad person, so that way they could reverse the roles and flip the script, and that way they could change the narrative and have other people begin to view you as a negative person or as a toxic person. Because even if you are right and they're wrong, how do you think people are going to look at someone that's always mad, that's always angry, that's always upset? And not that you care, because maybe you don't, but you should at least care enough to carry yourself in a certain way to where people like yourself or good people will be able to look at the situation and be like, oh, okay, that is a good person. Those people are just a-holes. And if you don't react, and if you don't give them what they're looking for or what they're trying to get out of you, then that's exactly what they're going to end up looking at. And they're even going to see themselves as that. Because another reason why they do this is self-hatred. People who love themselves do not behave like this. All right? People who love themselves don't behave this way. All right? And you really got to keep an eye out, because if somebody's watching you, and if they've been watching you, and if they haven't left, if they're not in your eyesight anymore, and this person was just heavily surveilling you, they're probably behind you or something. So you may want to just, keep an eye out, keep a watch out, and keep your head on the swivel at all times. All right? Find a good, nice fence to sit against, like I'm about to do right now. All right, find a good, nice fence to sit against, like I'm about to do right now. So you have people who are unhappy. You have people who are willing to spread unhappiness, and they want to slander your name because something about you is better than them. People view you as better than them. People look at you as better than them. Or it could be something else. You could just be better than them, and the thing is, it's say you could be more professional than them, or you could be more honest than them, better in the sense of honesty. You're more of an honest person, or you're more of an upright, righteous person. And say you have someone in a position that's not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're reaping the benefits, like a lot of managers, a lot of people in higher positions, a lot of bosses, a lot of people who are in charity organizations, people that are supposed to be doing things, mayors, councilmen, people in high places that have these positions that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, but they're reaping all the rewards and all the benefits. So the minute somebody stands up, and the minute somebody opens their mouth, and the minute somebody says something, this could potentially put light on a situation to where it was covered by darkness. This person was able to hide before you got there. This person was able to just chill and fall back because nobody gave a crap before you got there. But when you get there, when you notice that things aren't right, because you're doing your best to do what's right, and you don't want anything or anyone that's not right around you, just naturally the force of God and the power of God in you is going to call these people out and what they're doing. And it could, if you're at the point of being able to change some things, you could potentially change some things. And people don't like change. People hate change. All right, people do not like change. So when you bring a change that causes other people to have to move different, act different, do what they're supposed to do do what they were required of. All right, noise campaign. Now you're going to, you may end up facing some backlash, but stay strong. All right, this person is just upset because now they have to do their job. Imagine being able to get paid sitting down, and now somebody comes to where you have to stand up or something. Just a small change like that could be so much to make people revenge stalk you, have something out against you. All right, people get to chill, people get to relax, people aren't being held accountable because nobody's holding them accountable. When somebody comes along that puts pressure on a person or on a situation, if that person doesn't want to do what's right, they may end up taking it out on you and putting that pressure back on you. And it's not that you're doing this on purpose. You just want a healthy environment. You just want the best out of your experience. You just want something good to take place. But not everybody's about that life. Some folks are lazy. Some folks don't want to do nothing. And this is another thing. This is why some people just won't like you in general, because you make them look at themselves in a way that they're not ready to see themselves. You may make someone end up looking at themselves like they're not doing anything with their life. All right? People get jealous of you. People get angry at you. They, do something every day and it's not productive. What you do every day is productive and it's going to get you somewhere. Now you have people looking at this person like, what have you been doing? What are you doing? What are you up to? So when you outshine the master without trying, by default, all right, just because you shine so damn much because you're a chosen one, and when you outshine those around you who don't have any intention on shining themselves, it sounds foolish and it sounds stupid, but they could potentially develop hatred for you. They could potentially develop angst, or develop animosity and end up not liking you because you're showing them up. It's like those videos where you see the two friends or two cousins or two brothers and they're playing 2K. It's always some person that cannot handle losing. All right, these narcissistic people cannot handle a L. They can't take a L. They can't take a loss. They can't take embarrassment. They can't take self-actualization, self-realization. They can't take being humbled. They don't like when you bring to them an idea about them that's not the grandiose one that they have about themselves inside their mind. They'll tell you about yourself all day, every day. You'll just be changing everything. Check this off the list. Check that off the list. If somebody is telling you so many damn things about yourself and you're changing everything to try to please them, and they're not, number one, you're being manipulated. But number two, it'd be different if it's like you change some things, I change some things about me, you change some things about you. It'd be different if it was that kind of situation. But when you're in a situation where somebody's requiring change and they're not doing anything to make the situation better for you and they just think they're perfect, that's a toxic situation. That's a manipulative situation. That's not one you want to be in. All right, that's the type of person that'll walk outside your door every time you walk outside your door. So when you make people do what they have to do and they don't want to, or you make people have to do what they're supposed to do and they don't want to, they could potentially end up becoming a revenge stalker, trying to piss you off, trying to upset you, because they're trying to hide how they truly, really feel. They're really mad that you brought light to this situation because now it causes them to have to do more. All right, that might have been their little time to relax. That might have been their little time to chill. But if you're in a position to where you're supposed to be taking care of business, then that's not the time to relax. That's not the time to chill. You have to find time for that. You have to make time for that. Everybody has things they have to do. Everybody has a position that they're in. Everybody has obligations that they're held up to, that they're required to hold up. And if that's not you, then don't sign the paperwork. Don't take on the challenge. Don't fill out the application. You know, if you ain't about that life, then decline the offer. People want to take things, people want to have things without even doing a damn thing. And when you come along, you change all of that. When things aren't right, you're going to make people do right. All right? When things are wrong, you're going to make people do right. They're either going to do right or lose you, or they're either going to do right or end up facing the consequences. And, you know, whatever consequences those are, it's going to be on them. And, hey, but you more than likely, have somebody upset. Maybe they don't like the fact that you know, people talk about you so nicely. Before you got there, they were the one that everybody talked about. Now you're the one that everybody talks about. People are petty like this. They can't take change. They can't take the spotlight being on somebody else. They can't take somebody else getting their shine on. It's got to be all about them. All right? So if you have somebody that is doing this foolish crap, walking outside their door when you're walking out of yours, don't let it bother you. Don't let it get to you. This person's a fool. This person is an imbecile. This person's a fool. This person's an imbecile. And this person don't have nothing on you. This person is so far from where you're going to be within a short amount of time. And this is why it's important to not focus on them, because you're gonna be somewhere soon where you don't even see them. They're just gonna be a memory. You don't want to look back and be like, yo, I wasted all this time giving the devil a testimony. I wasted all this time putting out all my energy towards this person who meant nothing but harm to me, or they didn't mean me any good. And I know these types of things aren't easy to deal with. That's why I make videos like this. So that way you can find some type of comfort. You can find some type of peace of mind. You can find a place to go in your mind to where you're unbothered. Thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. Let the goofies be goofy, all right? If this person's a goofy goober, you know, if you could look at this person and smell, not even tell, you could smell that life is over. Oh, they ain't got no life. You could just look at some of these folks and smell that their life is over with. They're upset that you got a lot going on for yourself. They look at you and you remind them of either what they once were, what they didn't do, what they didn't stand up for, what they didn't go after, what they were too afraid to do. And because, you know, you may be taking such a stride on life, or your energy is so powerful, or what you represent, you know, you have so much God power in you that you access, that you already know it's drawing the demons out of people. And one of the reasons it does that is because a lot of people are afraid to stand up for something righteous, or a lot of people are afraid to stand up for what they believe in, because they're afraid of what somebody may say about them, what somebody may think about them. All right? So let the goofy goobers be goofy, and you continue to allow them to be spooky. All right? Because that's some spooky stuff, man. You got people walking out of their door. You got people, and it's just to intimidate you. Don't be intimidated by them. Find some verses, find some scripture that'll help you to be of good courage. All right, I know that's one of the scriptures. Be of good courage. All right, do not be afraid. Be of good courage. All right, the Lord your God has amazing things for you. He wants to bless you, and he wants to keep you safe and out of harm's way. All right, thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let the goofies be goofies, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.